A little bit of a change of location today. Still in the Spark, but I'm home in the hometown, outside the hometown rink where I used to rip it up. So this will be a big episode. Let's go. Yeah, hope you caught the sarcasm in the first bit there. Anyways, welcome to episode 7 of Recaps by Chirpin DMV. In this one, we'll be recapping the Capitals series against the Penguins. Recap the Capitals. That's a crazy thing to say. Anyways, we'll be recapping the Capitals series against the Penguins, where they played on Valentine's Day and 2 days ago. I guess it's the 16th. Yeah, 16th. That makes sense. That adds up. Anyways, before we get into game 1, gotta mention that this is the first time the Capitals have played in what feels like 10 years because they had like that week off due to postponed games. And it's also the first game where they've had everyone in the lineup since like game 2. So the boys are excited. Everyone's excited to watch. I'm pumped. Let's go. Let's get into it. Something to note, this was an afternoon game, so I did sleep for most of it because I was tired and I had a nap. But I watched the highlights, so I'm ready to go. Early on, Ovi has a chance. They don't score, but it leads to a power play. The Capitals are kind of buzzing early. They don't score, but they draw another power play. On this one, they do capitalize. Kuznetsov just shoots the puck. This is what people have been complaining about with him forever, is that he just doesn't shoot. Here he just shoots. It's going wide, but he gets a fortunate bounce off John Marino's stick. Caps are up 1-0 nice and early. Let's go. Then Penguins have this gross passing play. It's like one of those things in like minor hockey where you're playing the easiest team in the league and coach is like, hey, everyone has to touch the puck before you can shoot. Everyone touches the puck, ends up on Russ' stick. He puts it in. We got a tied game 1-1 early. Then like 30 seconds later, because this is what the Capitals like to do, they give up back-to-back goals as quick as possible. Tanev scores on a rebound. It's kind of shitty. Justin Schultz like fell. He couldn't cover him. Penguins have an early lead now. That's sick. There's a guy here with his dog. Just not trying to look at him. Then a little later on, Penguins have another power play, of course, and Gensel gets a backdoor feed. Vanecek slides across and robs him. Puck makes its way over to Crosby a little later. Vanecek gets in the way of that one too. He's looking decent this game, which you like to see. Hey, I'm editing this right now. Realized I completely forgot to talk about Vrana's goal. I'm out to lunch. That's a minus for me. Then Capitals take, what's that? Another penalty. And Rust is completely alone. Nice pass from Letang, even though I hate that guy. Nice pass from Letang. Don't like saying that, but it was. And Russ puts it in quick. Penguins take a 3-1 lead in the second period. Then a little later on, Gensel takes a shot from pretty far out. Doesn't look like it has much of a chance, but it goes off Char in front, comes right back to Gensel in the slot. He puts in his own rebound. Gensel scores. Caps are losing. I'm half asleep. What a day. Then late in the second period, Ovi's coming in down the wing, just throws it to the middle. Backstrom and Malkin are kind of tied up for the puck. Backstrom just dummies Malkin. He just makes him look like a joke of a player. Keeps his stick up in the air, keeps batting it up and lifting it, and then he just puts his stick on the puck, quickly shoots it in, and he scores. This guy just can't stop scoring, can't stop getting points. He's not the hero we deserve, but he's the one we need right now. Then in the third, nothing really happens. Capitals are getting chances, but they can't score. Penguins put in 2 empty netters. I liked how Wilson hooked Crosby on the goal. You know, just give it to him. You know he's going to score. May as well make him feel it. May as well make him work for it. I forgot to mention that Crosby slew-footed dab. There was nothing made of that. Cool. That's awesome. That's fair. Anyways, Caps lose their 4th in a row in regulation. Things are not looking good. But next game, they got the Penguins again. So let's go. Game 2. Game 2, we got a new look top 6. Laviolette, Uncle Pete switching things up a little bit. Not liking what he saw in the first game. Cannot blame him. This time we got Vrana, Backstrom, and Wilson on the first line. And then we got Ovi, Kuznetsov, and Oshie on the second line. Don't think I've ever seen those combos before, so it's good that he's mixing it up. Boy alert, it worked. Anyways, right off the hop, Chara starts getting in Teddy Bluger's face. I guess Bluger was kind of all over Backstrom last game. Love seeing Chara do that. That's kind of the reason you got him. So he's all up in Bluger's face. And what's Bluger gonna do? Chara's the size of an oak tree, so like good luck. Then the Caps go on a 5-on-3 early. Chara takes a holding penalty. Hathaway gets this bullshit goalie interference call on him. What was he supposed to do? Fortunately, it was made up for later on in the game, but the initial call was just not good.
It's not good, eh?
Penguins hit 2 posts, but Capitals end up killing it off. Momentum is on their side. First period ends scoreless, but the Capitals are out shooting an opponent. Yeah, take that in. The Capitals are out shooting an opponent 15-13 going into the second. Capitals get an early power play in the second. They can't score. I don't get it. This team has like the best power play in the league on paper. Whenever I watch them, I feel like they never even get set up properly. Capitals get a power play early in the second. They don't score. And then a little later on, Kuznetsov does a little flip pass up to Hagelin. Would have been sick if it went in, but it's Hagelin, so it doesn't. He can't score with his stick. It has to go off his body or something. Then later in the frame, love calling it a frame by the way, Jensen is working down deep in the corner, kicks it over to Panic. Panic with a nice little spin move over to Sherry, who rips it past his old team. Caps are up 1-0. Sherry's pumped because it's his old club. Nice play by Panic overall with the smart little pass and a quick shot by Sherry, knowing that Jari was not set up for the shot. Then like 6 seconds after the goal, Gino takes a tripping penalty on Kuznetsov. Capitals don't score on that power play, but during that power play, Kuznetsov's stick is slashed in half. This guy's screaming at the referee in Russian, which would just be terrifying if this guy was coming at you screaming in Russian. Vrana draws a high sticking penalty on a good forecheck. Tanev gets a B-way on this, and I would have just exploded if the Penguins scored another breakaway shorthanded on the Capitals. I just would have murdered somebody. But then a little later on, Ovi with an unreal defensive effort comes back sliding, diving all over the place, blocks the pass. Puck gets moved up ice. Oshie with a gross backhand pass to Vrana. He rips this thing in and he's pumped. What a sequence. It all starts in the defensive end, of course. Ovi, you know, that guy who doesn't play defense, makes one of the best defensive plays of the year, which leads to a goal. Everyone always says Ovi doesn't play defense. Could have fooled me on this one, I guess. Caps are dominating this game. At the end of the second period, they have like 30 plus shots and the Penguins are somewhere in the low teens. They're just running their show. At the beginning of the third period, Panik with another nice little spin pass, moves it over to Eller, who holds and rips it. The Tiger sniping again. These guys are buzzing. Dick Panic is having a hell of a season. I'm loving this guy way more compared to last year. He was not really doing much last year. Can't forget about the goalie. Nice cross ice pass to Sam Lafferty, the guy who dumped Chara. And Vanacek just robs him. Keeps the Caps' dominance alive, because if they score there, it's a whole different game. Also, things of note, Lafferty was going at Chara. And even Pierre Maguire was saying like, hey, don't be doing that. Yeah, don't do that. That's just such a bad idea. This guy would truck you. Then Ashton Reese scores on this weird play where Schultz pushes the guy. He falls into Vanacek. Vanacek can't make the save. 3-1 game, whatever. Penguins pull their goalie with like 2 minutes left. They get pretty close, but they can't score. Capitals win the game in what is probably their best effort of the entire season. They played complete Trotz hockey in a must-win game. They got the lead and then just shut it down. They just had an unreal line of defense after that. Nothing could get past them. They were getting pucks out, not pushing for offense, but just shutting it down on defense, which was just textbook. It was perfect. Not to mention in this win, they actually outshot the Penguins by like a lot, which just doesn't happen. So this was probably their best game of the year, a total complete effort, which was completely needed after their 4 straight regulation losses. Things of note that I've written down, just the Caps played Trotz hockey without Trotz. They just got the lead, shut it down, and that's just the kind of system they need to play, because they can score all they want, but they have just the worst defensive problems right now. They can just shut it down like they did here. This team looks pretty dangerous. Another thing to note, Samsonov won in Hershey after letting up a 5 spot in his first game, having a real tough look. I think he made 22 saves, only allowed 1 goal. Seems likely he'll be back for the back-to-back this upcoming weekend, but Laviolette's not giving anything away, so who knows. Also, last thing of note, the Islanders have been buzzing lately. They're in second now in the division. Capitals are in sole possession of 4th, but they're only 2 points behind the Islanders, so these next couple of games really matter, because at this point they can't be risking giving up any points. At this point, all points matter, so they can't really be throwing away games like they were earlier in the season and the last 4 that they lost. But anyways, that'll be it for this one. Sorry if this one's a little low energy. Like I said, I like napped during the first game, which is good recap guy. I'll be back next time with some more energy, some more notes to talk about. I've done like 35 more takes than I usually do for these. It's just not my day. Just a complete mental midget right now, so I need to go lay down or something. Anyways, that'll be it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We have a Chell tourney coming up, which is going to be awesome, and I'm going to throttle people in, so stay tuned for that. Next time I see you, I'll probably be back outside the National Sports parking lot, so I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Peace.